In this podcast, we will learn assessment of adequacy of CPAP, monitoring while on CPAP, complication that occurs, and ways by which we can prevent those complications. Objectives are to assess adequacy of CPAP, how to monitor while a baby is on CPAP, complications associated with CPAP, and if it occurs, how to prevent it. Once on CPAP, we expect baby to settle down. Respiratory distress, a main reason for which baby is on CPAP, should decrease. Silverman score should read less than before. Grunt should disappear. Along with improvement in respiratory status, hemodynamic status will also improve. Heart rate, capillary refill and blood pressure should improve. A pink, well perfused baby with saturation in the range of
90 to 94%.
and PaO2 between 50 to 80 mm of mercury confirms adequacy of CPAP. Success of CPAP depends on achieving desired CPAP and then subsequently maintaining that level of pressure. Monitoring, clinical, of patient interface and circuit is important in maintaining CPAP at desired level. Vital sign monitoring, especially respiratory monitoring, can be done with help of Silverman score, chest X-ray, pulse oximeter and if required blood gases. A good bubbling sound on auscultation suggests adequate flow and appropriately recruited lung. Adequate hemodynamic status can be judged with help of capillary refill and blood pressure. Silverman score provides subjective assessment of respiratory distress. Worsening of score suggests inadequate CPAP which will require further intervention. Chest X-ray and blood gas helps clinician to determine respiratory status of a neonate. An X-ray before putting baby on CPAP will help in determining the diagnosis, while an X-ray after a little while on CPAP will help to determine lung expansion. It should show 6 to 8 posterior ribs on both the sides. Subsequent X-rays are required at the time of acute deterioration or as per individual need. Initial blood gas will help to determine acid base status of a sick baby. Subsequent blood gases are required as per the need of clinical situation. It is important to document various things that is being monitored while baby is on CPAP. CPAP machine and circuit are very simple, but keeping it in place requires good nursing care. Circuit should be monitored for water level in the humidifier and bubble bottle. Too much of condensation in inspiratory limb suggests inappropriate humidification or excessive cooling of gas in inspiratory limb. If it is there, remove condensed water to ensure linear flow within the circuit. Little condensation in expiratory limb should not cause any concern. Bubbling in the bottle should be monitored to assess adequacy of flow. Absence of bubbling suggests leak in the circuit or inadequate flow. Interface should be monitored at regular interval, particularly to confirm if they are in place or not. A little distance from nasal septum is required to prevent nasal septal injury. Interface should be snugly fitted. There should not be any pressure on columella. Documenting each observation will help in ongoing assessment of patient as a whole. Such charts are required to ensure smooth progress of a baby while on CPAP. A checklist should be in place to confirm meticulous monitoring of circuit and interface by all medical and paramedical staff in uniform manner. Goal of monitoring is to judge the adequacy of CPAP and look for preventing complications of CPAP. Complications are mainly nasal obstruction, injury, pneumothorax and CPAP Bali. Pneumothorax mainly occurs at the time when lungs are stiff in acute phase of disease. Usually, high PEEP level more than 8 cm of water are responsible for air leaks. High flow can be judged by too much of bubbling and it can be adjusted to avoid air leaks. It is not common to develop air leak while on CPAP. Pneumothorax is usually not due to nasal CPAP. It is not an absolute contraindication to discontinue CPAP. High CPAP also can cause metabolic acidosis, and this is particularly related to poor venous return leading to poor cardiac output, ultimately causing metabolic acidosis. This acidosis also compromises cerebral perfusion and peripheral perfusion. Interface or inadequate humidification related septal injuries are most common complications seen in the babies while on CPAP. These itself are responsible for failure of CPAP. Nasal septal injuries are mainly because of poorly fitted or improper size prongs. Meticulous attention need to be paid while selecting appropriate size prongs, cap at the time of its fixation. Creams and gels used to protect the skin itself causes excessive moisture locally, resulting in breaking skin integrity, resulting in skin injury. A tegaderm along with special cannulade helps in protecting skin of septum and surrounding area. A minimum distance between prongs and nasal septum is desired to prevent pressure over dedicated area, resulting in permanent cosmetic disfigurement. If not monitored properly, septal erosion can leave permanent mark of poor nursing care of tiny neonate. A special cannulade is available in various sizes to protect nasal septum from injuries. Observe the skin over nasal septum area every 30 to 60 minutes for any change in color. At the first sign of hyperemia, prong need to reposition, otherwise it leads to bad erosions. Normal saline or sterile water need to be instilled at each nursing care. Ensure patency. If required, it should be suctioned at regular interval. Injury or skin of the upper lip also can be avoided in similar way with appropriate dressing material and avoiding repeated fixing and removal. CPAP belly is commonly seen while on CPAP. Uniform gas distribution with ostration on X-ray rules out other major pathology. As tone of gastric sphincter is higher than CPAP levels, air will not enter stomach easily. Because of poor sphincter tone in premature baby and high flow required to generate CPAP, abdominalization is commonly seen. Baby can be fed while on CPAP and abdominal distension is not a contraindication for the same. Feeding tube should be left open to vent gastric air. Prone position helps in relieving gastric pressure and encouraging baby to pass stool and flatus. Dreaded complications like IVH or PDA are rare and they are not related exclusively to CPAP. Friends, CPAP is a time tested, baby friendly device which saves so many lives world over. It looks very simple, but vigilant monitoring is must to achieve successful outcome and overcome complications. Nursing staff plays vital role for the same. Thank you.